When President-elect Joe Biden takes the oath of office, his running mate Kamala Harris will become the first female vice president of the United States. But she is not the first woman to run for vice president. Sarah Palin ran with John McCain in 2008, and Geraldine Ferraro ran with Walter Mondale in 1984. We want to bring in Donna Zaccaro. She is the daughter of former vice presidential nominee Geraldine Ferraro and joins us on the phone. Donna, thank you for being part of our show today. First of all, what does this historic moment mean for women in this country?
It means that, well, first of all, thank you so much for having me, and also for remembering my mother and promoting her legacy, or continuing her legacy. But what this moment means is that women have a seat at the table at the highest level of our government for the first time in history, which is pretty extraordinary and long overdue. I believe that Senator Harris will be very much of a partner with Vice President Biden as he runs the country and unites the country and heals the country and moves us to a better place. Vice President Biden was very much of a partner to President Obama, and I think he has said that he plans on having Senator Harris have the same sort of role. So, she will be very much a part of everything that's going on in this country, and I think she will help bring us to a better place.
Donna, your mother passed away before she was able to see a woman occupy one of those top two offices in our country's history. If she were still with us, how do you think she would feel about Kamala Harris becoming the first female vice president?
She would be so thrilled and so proud of Kamala Harris and the fact that our country has finally taken this step. She would have been so happy, first of all, that Vice President Biden said that he was going to choose a woman, and that he did, and that Senator Harris was absolutely the right choice at the right time. So I know that she would be emotional. She wasn't a very emotional person. She was a very pragmatic person, and I only saw her cry a couple of times in my life. She was someone who always got upset when she talked about her mother. And the other time, frankly, was when she voted for Hillary Clinton for president. She didn't cry when she voted for herself for president. I think in part because she didn't believe they were going to win. It was much more of a long shot. But with Hillary Clinton, she told me in my documentary, she tells me this in the interview, that she saw herself standing there with Susan B. Anthony on one side and Elizabeth Cady Stanton on the other, and just the weight of it, just caused such emotion. So I think she would be crying, she would be thrilled, and so excited and relieved in many ways for our country.
Your film, Geraldine Ferraro, Paving the Way, takes a look at your mother's own historical vice presidential nomination. It is interesting to me, Donna, that took place in the 1980s, and here we are 2020 before a woman was actually able to win the seat of vice president. Your mother was such a trailblazer in her time. Tell us a little bit more about how she felt about being the first female nominated to a major party ticket like that.
Well, she was honored to be chosen by Walter Mondale to be his running mate. It meant giving up her congressional seat because in New York, the New York law is that you can't run for two seats at the same time. So she decided, and she loved being a member of Congress, and had moved into leadership very quickly, and was planning on actually running for the Senate. But she felt that being the first woman in that role, if she were able to conduct herself in a manner that was credible, she could, change what our country, what our culture thought was possible for women, change the perception of women in that sort of a role. And I believe she did, which is why I did the documentary. She believed, she was always very proud and honored that she had been a part of that campaign and been the first woman. She felt tremendous responsibility as such because she knew that if she didn't do a good job, she could set back the cause of women and make it even harder for women to be taken seriously or considered for that role seriously.
And here we are, now, Donna, with
36
here
years
we are
later.
now with right, and your mother's legacy living on, and certainly something to remember today.